All right, then let's say you went to South Africa to check on the magnetic field. Then you went to Siberia. What did you go there for?
Oh, my Lord, that was a fantastic trip. I had read the work of a man named Dr. Alexei Dimitriev, who claims that the solar system, the sun and all its planets, is moving into an interstellar energy cloud. And this cloud of energy is exciting the atmospheres of the outer planets and the sun. And when it excites the sun, it has impact on all of the planets, and especially including Earth.
Hence, maybe global warming?
Hence, maybe global warming, and hence also increased seismic and volcanic activity.
Mm-hmm.
So, at first, I thought frankly, I was snobby about it. I mean, I live in sunny California, and I thought, this guy's in Siberia. If I lived in Siberia, I'd be waving a red flag too. I thought, well, maybe it just seems kind of a doomed thing to say. And it took me months to get him to agree for me to come visit. And I'd call with the interpreter on the line, all booked up, and
yeah.
His wife would say, well, he's out researching thunderstorms. He'll be back in a month. I thought, either the guy's a flake or he's giving me a runaround. But finally, I got him to agree that I would meet at a conference. And I went to Siberia, at a place called Novosibirsk, which is the capital. But it actually was in a research installation called Akadem Gorodok, which was a secret scientific research city that had been founded after Stalin fell by the Soviets. It was not exile. It was a place to sequester military physicists primarily, but they were given more freedoms, more amenities, and better research facilities than they would have had anywhere else. And the reason why is from Siberia they couldn't defect to the West, and Western spies couldn't get in there. It's just
right.
That remote.
Trapped.
So now Akadem Gorodok is opening up to the West because capitalism has trumped the Cold War, and a lot of their secrets are becoming we're getting to see what's going on. It was a fantastic, incredibly advanced place out in the middle. I mean, really, out in the middle of nowhere. And when I got there, I realized that this fellow was putting me off, not because he's a flake or whatever, but because he was the celebrity scientist there. There was a conference. There were probably 100 scientists from around the world, everywhere but from the United States. I don't know why that was, but I noted that fact. And he was the one that everyone was sidling up to and trying to show research to or get an autograph on his latest book. And, I acquired importance simply by standing next to him. So I thought, okay, at least this is good and interesting, and the man his opinion is valued by his peers. And so I wrote about the moving into the solar system moving into the interstellar energy cloud. And I asked him, I said, well, how long are we going to be in this cloud? He said he didn't know, but if he had a guess, he'd say, 2,000 or 3,000 years.
Jeez. Well, I knew we'd been in a cloud, Lawrence, but I didn't know it was one like this.
Yeah, and I said, well, what are the practical implications for us now here of this cloud? And he paused for a moment, and I knew from his resume that he'd won the Soviet Medal for Earth Science in the beginning of his career.
Yeah.
And he said, global catastrophe, as he put it, not in tens, but in ones of years. I'm like, well, that's not too good. But it was still more anecdotal and discountable because, it's a colorful little story about going to Siberia and this and that. And this scientist, no matter how esteemed he happened to be, was not the prevailing orthodoxy. Well, fast forward to Christmas Eve, December 24th, 2009, and Nature magazine, probably the most prestigious scientific publication in the world, publishes an article by 3 American and 1 Russian scientist saying exactly what Dimitriev had been saying for 15 years, that we have indeed begun to move into an interstellar energy cloud.